Astrology time, Shane here, dailyastrocat.com. And today is Wednesday, and the moon in Gemini is going to be void of course at 6 o'clock in the evening. Now, normally void of course moons are like, but we're leading up to a Mercury retrograde that's going to happen just after midnight. So technically here on the East Coast, it'll be tomorrow, right? It will be. I can actually see the moon from where I'm sitting right now, and it's kind of amazing. Got that half moon thing going on because it's second quarter, right? Beautiful, beautiful. And it's actually pretty big in the sky, too. So it's pretty neat. A very rare treat must be where we're at as far as where the nodes are at and things like that. So anyway, let's talk about this. Today's a great opportunity to tie up a lot of loose ends before the actual Mercury retrograde. There's a Chiron sextile with the moon, and you know how our mood has been lately. Mine hasn't been the greatest. If it's been anything like mine, diet and exercise, they're to the wayside. I don't know. It's almost like I'm, I had a terrible day yesterday. I just did, in that respect, no. I drove to Lowell to an appointment that I had. It was interesting because I saw on TikTok that somebody posted a picture from a video from Lowell saying they were on Route 95 in Lowell. Route 95 goes nowhere near Lowell. So that was kind of interesting. And it was actually Route 3. And it was pretty snowy. It looked snowy there. Today it was perfectly clear. Made it up there, just did the things, did what I had to do, and then got out. Anyway, look, I just haven't been feeling my best for the last couple of days. And I think I'm ready to be over this winter. That's what I really think it is. It's just like, I've got the snow fatigue going on. I've got I don't want to dig ice out of my tires anymore, okay? Got these rims, and if they get at least a little bit of ice packed in them, it just rattles on the highway. I had to actually stop over at a rest area on the Mass Pike today to clear that out. I used the other end of my little scraper thing to get rid of that stuff, and it worked. So that was good. Better than me driving, 40 miles trying to go under 50 miles an hour because it feels like the car's going to shake apart. But anyway, look, I think if we take concrete action today to get some things back on track for, say, like the next month or so, we can do that. And it's going to be interesting because it's going to have some effects that I'm going to talk about later on. And we have plenty of opportunities over today, to review what we're doing. And throughout the whole Mercury retrograde, to be for that matter, it's not to be feared. It's there to help you. It's there to help you make sense of what we've been doing, what we haven't been doing, and really approach ways to do it better. And that's what happens as we start to come out of the retrograde and we get the 3 times, once, twice, thrice. Okay, so our color is cadmium yellow, and the key word is actually return, because we're going to return to a lot of things that we've been doing and just try to correct them, okay? And that moon is really stunning. I just love it and can catch it here through the curtain. I usually don't have that curtain open, and I had it open the other day for my daylight one. I have it partially closed, but it's just in that spot, and it's really awesome. So now, Pisces season makes us wistful. We want to try crappy things that bring us back in time to an earlier place, right? Yeah, back when you didn't, in my case, you didn't have to watch what you were eating, right? And this is okay to a degree, but I don't want to be the one telling you not to do or try something, okay? But I really need to be honest here. It's not going to serve you. And it certainly isn't anything that should be repeated. If it doesn't make you feel good, then don't do it, right? Just do it in the moderate quantity that you need to. Don't overindulge. Don't overdo it. That's a very Pisces thing, right? If we, you just have that thing sitting there and you decide, yes, I'm going to do that whole thing because it's just so good and texturally pleasing, and this is something that I really want to experience long term. And chances are, no, you're not really going to, because it's just being nostalgic, number one. And number two, it's feeding an addictive response that you may be predispositioned towards. So we want to make sure that we're just following what it is that we need to do and staying on the healthier side of what we want to do, because it's about vibration, right? We don't want to bring it down. We want to just keep it elevated, and we bring it down by succumbing to these temptations and these addictive things that can make it not so great. So now, I got a cat attacking a paper bag behind me, so that kind of distracted me. But look, if it feels wrong, just toss it aside. Remember that stuff we told you need to no longer, if it no longer serves you, get rid of it? Do that, all right? Now, chances are, like, if you ignore the signals, you're going to feel the ill effects of it, okay? That's if you're overdoing it, right? If you're if you're feeling sated or something like that, and you go over that limit, then yeah, you're going to feel it. It's not going to be good. So look, just be honest with yourself. It isn't the end of the world if we do something like that, right? We just need to pick up where we left off and just move on. Now, if we try to process today's events too mentally, they don't go very smoothly. Instead, we need to pay attention to deadlines, because deadlines give us a chance to formulate a plan of action, right? There's something that has to be done. It's not up to us to decide. It's up to somebody else that we got to get something done, right? It could be a bill that's due. It could be, a deadline. Oh, you're going to get a discount if you do this before this date, right? Yes, that is something that you really need to look forward to. Now, what you're doing doesn't have to be novel or flashy. I've been telling you this whole time that we already possess the skills that we need, and we're now in a position to hone them in a more correct fashion, right? In a way that's going to make it feel good to us. Don't hold back any longer, however. Release some material so that you can make improvements as Mercury begins to journey backwards through Pisces. Counterintuitive, right? Yes, but that's something that we need to do, because that whole process of going through it and everything like that, you're going to be able to review, and you're going to be able to review it clearly, because it's going to be what makes sense to you. All right? Now, did I do that? Did I get it through everything? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's do something else, okay? Looks like I skipped an entire paragraph there. Let's go back. If we try to process today's events too mentally, things do not go smoothly. Instead, pay attention to deadlines. Okay, I said that part. If people are trying to tell you something, you may need to listen. Our mode lately has been one of surviving rather than thriving. So this is where the end of wintertime, this is what it always feels like to me, right? That we're just trying to get through it. So that cat attack in the bag threw me off. So let's go. In 1944, Alexander Grechanov's Missa Ecumenica, the Ecumenical Mass, premieres in Boston with Sergei Koussevitzky conducting the Boston Symphony Orchestra. The composer, Mr. Gretchenov, wrote the work in memory of the conductor's wife, Natalie, who was born in 1880 and died in 1942. And our birth is Pierre-Auguste Renoir. He was born in 1841, died in 1919. He's a French Impressionist painter and sculptor. Did the Bal de Moulin de Galette, thank you very much, Kat, and Luncheon of the Boating Party, born in Limoges, France. Now, this is important because the Impressionists, being born in 1841, when Neptune entered Aries in 1860, this is when this movement first started coming to life, right? Into prominence. Mary Cassatt, Renoir, Monet, all of those Impressionist painters. Now, this is where we're at with this Mercury, with Neptune being in Aries. We need to put our stuff out there so we can be just as revolutionary as those guys, right? Because before, we had some of the neoclassical painters. They weren't classical painters that were doing the scenes, but, you can see that progression. It comes up, and there's this very distinct use of oil painters and doing their tempuras and stuff like that, using a dark background and adding light to it, right? Now, these guys are more, the Impressionists are more concerned with light, and this is an interesting progression. What are we going to be possessed with fine arts wise moving forward, or perhaps in whatever genre you happen to be working, or media what you're working in? That's a great question. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Now, let's do this. Let's go and recap. Our color is cadmium yellow in honor of those painters, and I did that before I even picked Renoir, right? Pretty cool, right? Yeah, that's the way intuition works with the Mercury and Pisces. And with this season. And our keyword is return, because we're getting ready to return to some of those things that we're doing. And that is all I have for you. So just be careful today. Don't get too overwhelmed by things. Today is a 4. Happy astrocatting.